Hi, I'm Andy Buchanan, CEO and founder of Future Consulting, as well as co-founder and consulting sales strategist for the Bloom Consortium. And it gives me great pleasure today to have with me Jarmila, MD and founder of YUnique Marketing, as well as co-founder and consulting CMO for the Bloom Consortium.
Hello, Andy. It's great to be with you today.
Great having you, Jarmila. Jarmila, as you know, because you helped write it, our mission statement at the Bloom Consortium is all about empowering leaders to not just get the best out of themselves, but also their companies. And we pose that around two questions. Firstly, what's holding you back? And secondly, where are the gaps? Now, obviously here from sales and marketing, pretty obvious how sales can hold your company back or drive it forward. But from a marketing point of view, you probably hear it all the time. Marketing, isn't it just colouring in?
Yes, I do hear that all the time. And it's absolutely not the colouring in department, though we can be very creative and are responsible for a lot of visual artistry. But what I also hear, Andy, which you may not hear so much, is that, oh, marketing, it's just so costly. It's just such a cost. My view on that is, well, yes, marketing is costly when it's the wrong marketing. But if you're deploying the right marketing, it's an investment that's going to fuel the growth in your business. And that's a positive.
So that you make a good point there. Sales is seen as revenue generating, marketing is seen as a cost. But what you're saying is actually without good marketing, your sales could be just a cost. And so your marketing actually becomes a revenue generator. So bringing that down to give me an idea of what you would class as perhaps wrong marketing versus what you would call right marketing.
It's a really good question, Andy. And I take it back to an approach. And if the approach is that you have a team, a leadership team that spend the right time on working out the business vision, the business strategy, the business goals, and then by the time they get to walk down that corridor and get to the marketing team or the person that's responsible for their marketing, and they go straight into tactical direction mode, that's a great example of the wrong marketing, because the marketing team haven't had the opportunity to take that step back, look at the business vision, the business objectives, the business strategy, and translate that to the right marketing strategy, which then in turn becomes the right marketing plan and the right tactics in order to achieve those business objectives. And
so what you're saying there is you may have a board that can articulate some incredible, fantastic wowzer message and statement, but often not everyone's engaged with that, maybe through communication or whatever, or maybe because of the simple pressure is, yeah, that all sounds great, but where are the leads? So I guess, do you get that a lot where people just go, yeah, I like all that fluffy stuff, but where are the leads?
Absolutely. And time, as we all know, and time pressures are the worst thing that can possibly happen to an organization, not taking the right time and space to think through what are the right activities to be deploying, but to suddenly rush in and say, well, actually, we need more leads. Let's just start doing more of what we've been doing. But if what you've been doing is the wrong activity, just doing more of it, it's not necessarily going to return you a better result. It'll just return you more of the same, which is not really going to give you the impact you need.
So yeah, doing more of the same and expecting a different outcome.
We know what that means.
We certainly do. We certainly do. So again, if you're looking at a business, what would you say were a few of the things that people should be focusing and concentrating on to do what we would call right marketing?
It really goes back to thinking around the business strategy, the business vision, the business objectives, the big business goals. And I like to think about it as the CEO agenda and really understanding what is behind all of that. And not thinking just about leads and customer generation. Obviously, we need to generate the customer interest and sell products and services. But if you focus in just on that, you're going to be missing several tricks. And you're missing a big trick, which is potentially to amplify the results that you can get.
And when you say amplify the results, so you're inferring there that you're not just going, your profile isn't just about attracting leads and customers, i.e. direct customers. You seem to be inferring that there's other people and other things that you may want to attract.
Absolutely. We often think, who's our target audience? It's actually who's our target audiences in the plural. And to think about these days, actually marketing can be more effectively deployed to attract, yes, the customer, clients, but also employees, investors, buyers, if you're thinking about an exit strategy, channel partners. There's so many more audiences that we need to be attracting in. And if you can start to think about how to attract these, and you build out your brand and your marketing to work on multiple levels, then you'll be deploying really smart marketing and get a much greater return, rather than just focusing in on lead gen and only generating maybe an increase of, say, 10 leads to 20 leads a week. Versus if you manage to tick off some of those other audience pieces on that list, you could suddenly be finding yourself, actually, we've got more investment being raised, we've got more channel partners, we're able to hire more developers. Suddenly you're going from 10 leads a week to 200 leads a week because you've created that opportunity.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, particularly in this times of the Great Resignation. Yeah, what your brand looks like and the profile the company has. You're right, it definitely must help attract staff along with all the other people you've mentioned. So YUnique, if you had to just give one bit of advice or pose one question for our listeners and our viewers today around a good marketing strategy, what would it be?
I would say, think about your attitude to marketing. Think about your approach to marketing, and think about the activities that is then leading to. And try and turn your thinking away from a marketing being a cost to marketing being an investment. And when you can do that, that's the start point of ensuring that you're building out not just a marketing strategy, but the right marketing strategy, plan, and then in turn implementation to deliver on those objectives that the business and the leadership team are setting.
That's a great place to end, YUnique. Thank you for your time. And if you would like to get in touch with YUnique or myself or the Bloom Consortium, all of those contact details will be in the post. And as ever, thank you for watching and thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thanks, Andy. Bye.